My name is Professor Colin Bennett from the Department of Political Science at the University of Victoria. Yeah, for all of my career, really, I've been interested in the way that organizations collect, process, disclose personal data on individuals. Those issues have changed dramatically over the decades as new technologies have come into our lives. But I've been interested in the risks to individuals, the risks to communities, the risks to groups of individuals, and what we as a society might do about those risks, both nationally and internationally. So as a political scientist, that's what I've been interested in. And then over the years, I've been able to study a whole range of different technologies. I mean, earlier on, it was databases, mainframe databases, you know. I wrote about identity cards, the way that we are identified by government and by private sector organizations. I've written about video surveillance, video cameras. I've written about most recently I've written about the processing of personal data in elections by political parties and political organizations, and a range of other things as well. And each of those problems produces somewhat different questions concerning the appropriate balance between the organization's need for personal data for legitimate purposes and the privacy rights of individuals. And so that's where the human rights aspect comes in, right? It's not just a question of technology, it's not just a question of security. It's a fundamental human right that we have as individuals to be able to say to an organization, no, that's my data, I don't want to share it with you, and I want to have some control over how it's being used. Now that principle is something I think that everybody can accept at a visceral, intrinsic level, right? The problem is, how do you actually implement that in the complex society we live in, with extremely sophisticated digital technologies where data about us is captured and processed, sometimes without our knowledge and awareness, and captured and processed in different parts of the world, as this has become not just a Canadian problem, not just a domestic problem, but a fundamentally international problem.